Yo guys, Phase Shifter here and welcome to another video. So once again, here we find ourselves with another patch update for Lords of the Fallen. We have version 1.1.310 and this is a really lengthy patch, folks. I'm going to read through it, I'm going to pick out some of the key highlights, and I'm probably going to discuss a few things in passing, and I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible just to get that news out to you guys. It dropped about an hour or two ago, so hopefully this will be helpful for you guys, just to get your heads around what's changed. So without any further ado, let's get into it. This is live on all platforms, by the way, so make sure you take note of that. And I've already seen some nice comments about the improvements it's made. So, greetings, lamp bearers. Earlier this week, we released our 2023 free content roadmap, showcasing the ongoing optimizations and enhancements we'll be making to Lords of the Fallen, as well as the updates based on community feedback that will be dropping in the upcoming months. Today's weekly update introduces over 100 significant tweaks and improvements across the board. Alongside this, it also includes the first inventory expansion pass, a full revamp for the Sundered Monarch boss encounter, online functionality for Steam Deck, further HDR improvements, and we're also very pleased to confirm a key quest item will no longer be affected by inventory limitations. And we're also very pleased to confirm key quest items will no longer be affected by inventory limitations. As requested by some of you, we've also added the option to hide damage numbers on the HUD for a more immersive experience. By popular demand, while it wasn't included in the initial roadmap release, we're happy to announce work has begun to allow you to re-customize your character's appearance in-game. That's awesome. Currently scheduled to release this side of New Year. This feature will come with its own mini quest to unlock it. I love that. That's amazing. That means it can be way more creative with the way our characters look. Okay, so let's delve into the update. First of all, inventory. Previously, unique items couldn't be picked up when the inventory was full. Now, key quest items and unique items will be picked up even if the inventory is full, exceeding the inventory limit as necessary. This applies to keys, spells, quest items, ammo types, gestures, etc. This change should also resolve any potential issues with quest lines where a required item couldn't be picked up due to the inventory full message. Additionally, starting from patch 1.1.310, if the inventory is full, the items will drop to the ground so they can be picked up later. Please note that the stash expansion is still in progress and will be available later this year. So they're already acting upon the roadmap they released yesterday. This is really exciting stuff. HDR has been tweaked further to provide an even wider range of colours. Lovely. Steam Deck. Online functionality is now fully operational on Steam Deck. Steam Deck no longer crashes when the Scarlet Shadow spawns, so it's back on Steam Deck. Valve's drivers should automatically update when you start the game. Stability crash could occur when accessing the Shrine of Aureus when switching to offline modes. That's been fixed. Fixed a crash that could occur when quitting to the main menu while being in multiplayer sessions. And fixed a blocker that could prevent players from finishing the game with the Umbral ending. So is that the thing that people have been complaining about, I wonder? Sound off in the comments below. Are you still stuck in your Umbral ending or have they fixed that? Performance. Optimize certain actors in the game to optimized certain actors in the game to increase performance in several areas. Optimized performances in Skyrest by reducing cast shadows without reducing visual quality. Optimized performance in Upper Calrath Marketplace Square by reducing cast shadows without reducing visual quality. Optimized performance in Castle Bramis while being in Umbral. Optimized performance in Penitent Path by reducing cast shadows without reducing visual quality. Optimized performance in Skyrest Bridge by reducing cast shadows without reducing visual quality. Folks, I'm not going to read all these. As you can see, there's a range of optimizations there. I will put the patch notes link in the description below if you want to read them for yourself. But it looks like they are putting a lot of effort into optimizing the performance. I've seen some comments already, PS5 this is, saying that they have noticed a performance improvement. What are your experiences, folks? Sound off in the comments below. PvP fixed an issue with fog walls that would allow players to leave a Crimson Ritual area. They added music to Crimson Rituals to increase the tension in PvP, so that's going to be great when I get my head taken off by some radiant sweat. Improved the UI for the finishing Crimson Rituals. Added additional descriptions for failed connections for Crimson Rituals, so tweaking the PvP a little bit there. Revenge improved the UI for finishing Revenges. And then here we have some balancing that's PvE focused as they promised. So, Stomping on drowners, hounds, and sparrows now kills instantly. Nice. Braided ring. Summoned allies can use more ranged attacks before disappearing. The ring used to add +5, but now it adds +10 with this change, so that's a buff. Pendant of Atrophy, so that's the one that lets you cast Umbral Sorceries when you don't have mana at the cost of wither damage. Equipping this now reduces your wither health regain rate when you deal damage. Wither health cost increased. Interesting. Umbral Eye of Loash. While charging a heavy attack, all damage is received as wither damage, and your posture cannot be broken. Equipping this eyeball now reduces your wither health regain when you deal damage. So that's going to affect those charge up builds that you have that rely on being in a charged animation to regain that health when they take damage. I will test that out and I will see how that works out. Interesting. Could it be a nerf? Potentially. I'll have to have a look at that. Umbral Eye of Lydia, the Numb Witch. Used range weapons without ammunition, but at the cost of withered health. Equipping this amulet now also reduces your wither health regain rate when you deal damage, and hurt reactions sometimes triggered in the wrong direction. That's now fixed. This sounds like they're trying to kind of balance this use of the wither health mechanic. It sounds like they've probably tuned it to the negative a little bit, which is probably good, I guess. I'd have to try it out in practice, but I guess they're trying to just take away how strong it is by the sounds of it. Sound off in the comments below if you have any thoughts on that, folks. Bosses. Now the trio in the dark spot waits more diligently for players to be at the exact arena space before triggering the whole combat. Yeah, I experienced that. I'm not going to spoiler people. If you go down, 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 you will come across 3 entities, and it's quite an interesting fight. The Sundered Monarch boss encounter has received a full revamp and as a result is more challenging. Achieved without tweaking his HP or damage output. A pure behavioural upgrade. It's tougher. That boss for me was really disappointing. Really disappointing. So I'm glad they've done that. It just didn't feel like a late game boss. Improved the hitboxes on the following bosses to make better support of throwable items. Devala, Sundered Monarch, Light Reaper, Cleric, Bush Saint, Reinhold, and Spurn Progeny. Enhance the combat camera behavior to prevent looking down when being close to a target. Light Reaper could sometimes get out of bounds in one of the encounters, leading him to leaving the fight. Adjusted the trigger areas for Skin Stealer boss to prevent players from hitting him from a distance with highest reaction. I didn't know you could do that, so won't get the chance to do that either. Okay, so some really good changes to bosses there. Looks like they've tweaked a little bit for making it a little bit more difficult, which I'm more for. AI. There's absolutely loads of AI changes. I am going to just skim over them. There's a lot of leashing volume changes. So presuming that means that more mobs can be leashed to us, I'm guessing. I'm going to leave the link in the description below for you to have a look at that. I'm not going to go through all these. It'll take forever. In Umbral, tweak the distance of Soulflay versus UI icon. In some cases, the interaction icon appeared, but the Soulflay was not triggering the desired effect. Now they match in all cases. Fixed offsetted particles that could sometimes occur on Soulflay Umbral bellies, containers, fixed offsetted particles that could sometimes occur on Soulflayable doors, etc., etc. I will not go through all these level design tweaks, but there's a lot of collision work as usual there, which is great. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Lighting, they've changed lighting details. I imagine that's going to help with performance, as it says here, no performance impact. Brilliant. Cinematics, fix the missing lantern dynamics during the cinematic when cleansing the beacon or Fife of the Chill Curse. So just more tweaks to visual quality, which I'm all for. And then we've resolved an issue where the Empyrean area name would not appear on the screen when entering the area, addressed a problem causing significant delays when quitting to the main menu under certain circumstances, and there is more there to do with bugs regarding Duralium chunks and whatnot, and an enhanced transition of ambience in the Manse, Tower of Penance, Pilgrim's Perch, and Forsaken Ben. And that is it in Light We Walk. So, key headlines from that one for me are boss buffs and improvements to the inventory system and a lot of performance tweaks. And as I've said before, it looks like the PS5, from what I'm reading, has had a really, really beneficial time with those. So absolutely brilliant. So there we have it, folks. Yet another patch from the Lords of the Fallen devs. That's patch 1.1.310, and there's over 100 changes in there. I will put the link in the description below for you to have a proper look at that. But thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate the support. Like, smash that subscribe button. Let your friends know. Share this in your communities. It really helps. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Can't thank you enough. Until the next one, guys, take care of yourselves. Have a good time, and I'll see you in the next one.